It's been a luxury this year for us to even just really since the pandemic hit, we've been really fortunate. We've been able to be in our own gym. We've been able to play almost all of our games. I mean, I feel like with everything that's happening around us, we've been really fortunate this year. Going into a game like Oregon State, which was put in our, in like 24 hours before we played them, it was kind of a last-minute thing, and I thought we competed really well. I thought you look at the two teams, and we're not that far off from a Pac-12 school. So, continuing through our non-conference schedule, I thought we got a really good double overtime win against Fresno State. I thought that gave the kids a lot of confidence. So we were feeling really good about ourselves and kind of the direction we're going, and figuring out who we were with all these new players on the floor as we went into conference play. And then I think we had a bit of an identity crisis. Non-conference and conference are two different animals. Just the level of intensity, the rivalry, the extent to which you're scouted, all those kinds of things are at a different level when you get to the conference play. So we went on our first trip, which arguably is one of the most difficult trips, the BYU-San Diego combination, and we just absolutely were shell-shocked. And that was really what we played like probably those first 4 or 5 games of the year until, we kind of sat down, we talked about, look, who are we? What are we going to be? What direction are we going? I don't think all of our players were really prepared for what that was going to be.
Shot clock is at 8. Backdoor, Hoshkova, and the score.
To their credit, they didn't fall apart, they didn't complain, they didn't feel sorry for themselves. They just kind of got it together and slowly started figuring out what we're good at. And then we came back and we kind of got into a rhythm, and these guys have been, just getting better ever since. They're fun to watch. It's been a great experience.
McDowell White, yes!
So we were really excited when NCAA came out with letting everybody kind of play this season if they're a transfer. So we got her over here from Australia as quickly as we could. She's gotten better each game. We're asking her to do a lot for somebody that's really been here for like a month now. I mean, it's like, you're here, now go play 30 minutes. But I think the things that make her exceptional for us are she pushes the ball up the floor really well, and she does move Yo over to the 2 position, so Yo can just worry about Yo and not always worry about having to set the team up and bring the ball up the court and fight pressure. It takes one thing off of her plate. Jess is a fantastic passer, just like Lucia. They both see the floor really well and automatically find the open person. The ball moves when it's in their hands. It doesn't stick at all. She's got a great basketball IQ. She's fun to play with. Kids love playing with her, and she's been able to, her defense has gotten better, and she's been able to look for a shot a little bit more as well. So we're still figuring out what her strengths are and how she can help us, but I definitely see for her being that point guard, being the person that's pushing the ball up the floor is making us a really good team. Last year we had lots of players playing out of position, and it was like you were asking those guys, in order to win a game, they've got to red line all the time. They have to play to the max potential all the time. And this year, if we have one person that isn't playing as well, you feel like you have another 1 or 2 players that could really step up and fill that void, whether it's getting rebounds or whether it's hitting shots or posting up or defending really well. We just have more pieces to work with, and that's what's helped us to be successful. We've got some really good players on our team, and they're starting to play with confidence and play like they intend to win a game, not like we hope to win a game. As we close out this season, we want to get as much momentum as we can. For these players, every game they get to play in is just another piece of experience that they're adding into their bank. And we're so young, and we're so in a place where we can learn from everything right now that I think regardless of what happens, how far we go in the tournament, it's going to help them learn and make them better. A lot of times out on the floor, I don't know what they're going to do. We've spent the last couple of years working on, giving them a template of things to do when they're out there, and now they've kind of taken ownership of that. Lots of times they're just playing basketball together and reading off one another and for the most part, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. Just let them play together, and they seem to be really coming along and like I said, taking ownership of what they do out there on the floor. So, if we can continue to add a few more pieces over the next couple of years and augment what we already have, I think we're in a pretty good position.
San Francisco takes down the second-place team in the West Coast Conference, BYU, heading into Las Vegas in the conference tournament as the third seed.